In this demonstration, we're going to illustrate a basic business process such as onboarding a new customer while taking advantage of Business Central, Microsoft Outlook, and some other cloud solutions from Microsoft such as Power Automate, Microsoft Teams, and Power Virtual Agent. Now, this scenario does incorporate three unique personas. I'm going to have Alan, who receives a notification there's a new customer and interacts with an automated bot or agent. There's going to be the administrator who is notified, or say a supervisor or manager, that's notified via Microsoft Teams and Outlook. And then I'm going to have the agent, Alan, go ahead and confirm that customer's been created. And then the last persona will be the customer who receives a welcome email. So let's take a look at all of this technology and how we can apply it to a very common process such as onboarding a customer. So we're going to create a new customer. There'll be a request to approve that customer. Then that customer will be automatically created in Business Central, and then the recipient receives a welcome email. So I'm going to begin by creating a new customer. And I'm using Power Virtual Agent that will be embedded inside of Microsoft Teams. So here you can see I'm a team member, or I'm logged in as Alan. Here you can see my persona in the top right corner. I receive an email message that there's a new customer who needs to be added to Business Central. Now, while I can always open up Business Central and add the customer, the agent is maybe involved with currently performing another task, and it's just easier. So you can see here in the body here, it says I need to add data to Business Central, and I select Enter. Now the virtual agent begins to communicate with the agent to guide through the process. And so I first am asked, do I want to add a customer or vendor? So Alan decides to add the customer. Now type in a response. So the customer is Fabricam. I select Enter. Now the virtual agent or the bot says, what's the address? So I type in the address and select Enter. What's the city? And I select Enter. The state, I select Enter. Now the virtual agent thanks Alan for the data so far, and then asks once more, who is the primary contact? So I'll respond there with Alicia Thomber, and then what is Alicia's email address? So again, all of this is in a matter of a few moments, having a dialogue between an agent who happens to be embedded inside of Microsoft Teams. Now I need to go ahead and approve that via, say, a manager. So there's this request for approval. And I can do this one of two ways. I can approve it within Outlook or within Microsoft Teams. Here you can see the workflow process sends a notification via Teams. So I can certainly approve it over here. Or if I were to switch and just kind of open up Outlook, you'll see I get at the same time a email that says that there's been a new request for approval. So I'll go ahead and select, I'll approve here. Hey, they've met the conditions. We've run a credit report, looks good. And I go ahead and submit that. And if I return back to Teams, you can see that that has been approved. So again, it's really up to the organization as to where that approval will take place. Now here's where the automation then continues down the process. So we've entered in via the bot, it's been approved. How is this customer created inside of Business Central? Well, again, through the technologies behind the scenes, if I open up the customer to confirm that, you can see that Fabricam and Alicia Thomber has been added as that customer. We've got her email address, the contact name, and then the customer, their address as it was entered through that dialogue. And then the last step is that the customer receives the welcome email. And again, I'll use Outlook to receive that. So here you can see in the top right corner, as part of that onboarding process, Alicia Thomber gets an email message from us welcoming him to Kronos, and then just, again, maybe some ideas around a customer portal. Here's how you access all your benefits. any terms and conditions and say payment terms. So again, all of this was part of that approval process that it triggered based on that dialogue with the virtual agent. So again, just an idea around how we can tackle a very common process such as customer onboarding by allowing the sales rep to create a new customer just through dialogue with an agent in Microsoft Teams. The manager or administrator approved it, sales rep receives confirmation, and then the customer receives a welcome email. Clearly, the benefits are here that we're automating a process, and I spend less time on data entry and increasing our productivity.